Hi MACC kids, good to see you today. I'm glad you're here. We are still running our Go and Tell campaign where we are learning about Jesus from the Bible and the mission he gave us to go and tell others about him and share our faith. Okay, so before we look into the Bible today, we are going to play a little game, okay? It's called I Doubt It. Okay, so I'm going to say a statement and you tell me if you doubt it or if you believe it, okay? So my first statement is that I have never been stung by a bee. Okay, do you believe that or do you doubt it? Let's see. No, that's not true. I have been stung by a bee. Have you been stung by a bee? It's not fun, is it? Okay, next one. I'm going to say that I have ridden on an elephant. Most elephants are not red. But do you think I've ridden on an elephant? You say you believe it or you doubt it. Let's see. No, I've never ridden on an elephant. That sounds fun though. Alright, one more. I'm going to say that I have gone skydiving. It's where you jump out of a plane with someone. What do you think? Yes, I did get to go skydiving. It was fun. Okay, so some of those things are hard to believe, and you just have to have faith that what I'm telling you is true. That's how it is with God sometimes. Sometimes God asks us to believe things that are hard to believe. In our story today, one of Jesus' own disciples has a lot of doubt in his heart. You may have heard of him. A lot of people call him Doubting Thomas. Okay, let's read about him. Our story is in John chapter 20, okay, verse 24. So if you remember last week, the disciples had all been in a locked room after Jesus was killed on the cross, and they were afraid that people were going to come for them. And then all of a sudden Jesus shows up. And they think he's a ghost, and then he eats with them, and they believe that he is risen from the dead, just like he said he would. So one of his disciples, Thomas, wasn't there when that happened. So a week later, Thomas is with them, and they're again in a locked room. Apparently they are still concerned that the authorities might come for them because they took their leader, Jesus. But this time Thomas is with them, and they're trying to convince them. They said, we all saw him, Jesus is alive, and Thomas doesn't believe them. He says, I have to see it to believe it. So even though the doors were locked, Jesus showed up again. And again he came and said, peace to you. He didn't want them to be afraid. He didn't want Thomas to be afraid. And then he said to Thomas, he says, Thomas, put your fingers here in my hands where the nails were and touch my side. Don't be an unbeliever, believe. And Thomas did believe. He said, my Lord and my God. And Jesus said to him, because you have seen me, Thomas, you believe. But those who believe in me without seeing me are blessed. So that's what we get to do. I don't know about you, but when I gave my life to Jesus, he didn't appear to me and let me see the holes in his hands or touch his side with the scars. I chose to believe and have faith that he is real and alive because of what the Bible says, because history proves that Jesus is real, and because I knew that he loved me and he died for my sins. I chose to believe that he's real and alive and have faith. But we can't just build our faith on our own strength. The Bible says that faith is a gift. In Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8, it says, for by grace we have been saved through faith, and that is not of ourselves. It is a gift of God. So if we are having trouble believing or having faith, we can ask God to give us faith. And we can pray for other people too. People in our lives who maybe don't want to believe that Jesus is real, we can pray that Jesus would soften their hearts and give them the gift of faith. Okay, so I pray for you all that your faith would grow as you learn about Jesus and his mission for us to go and tell people about him. All right, love you guys.